Ain't no shortcuts. Every yard gotta earn it. Small town kids with a big city purpose. We bring the highlights, they bring the pressure. Friday night legends getting built by the quarter. Cameras rolling out, the whole state watching. Every touchdown got the whole crowd rocking. Northern Nevada put the city on the map. Cover 775 where the real ones at.
What's going on, everybody? This is a little bit different rendition of Cover 775.
Yes.
We're in between. We just wrapped up our coaches series, and now we are going into the game time series where these helmets get to crack in and touchdowns get to be scored.
Yeah.
But this is a little mini series within our Cover 775 where we are talking to athletes that have played in the 775, athletes that have gone on to play at the next level in the 775, and hopefully draw out somewhat of a blueprint. And now we know a blueprint is going to be different for everybody on how they go to college, but when you hear some game, you might pick up on some game. And that's what this mini series is about, is athletes that have played in the 775 and moved on to college and now are playing college ball, any sport for that matter, and kind of what it takes to get to that level. So let me introduce you to the stage. We have none other than athlete from 775, Wooster High School, CJ Milstead. What's going on, brother?
What's popping with you, man?
Not much. Great. Blessed. Heavily blessed.
Now, I got to say, you are an ambitious character because not only did you go on to play college football outside of Wooster, which is not going to be easy. It's an uphill battle. You also reached out to us in order to kind of get this cracking off with this idea of this miniseries. And we liked it. I thought it was a damn good idea to hear from athletes in this 775 on what it takes to actually play at the next level. So you're not originally from here, though, correct?
No, sir.
All right. What year did you come to the 775?
I touched down, I think, March of 2024.
And then you played your junior and senior year at Wooster?
Yeah. At Wooster.
So your final two high school years were in the 775. Now, what made you choose Wooster?
Well, first of all, where'd you come from?
Okay.
You came from, tell them where you came from.
I'm a Southern boy. I lived a lot, played a lot of my ball within the Houston and Dallas area, something like that. I'm very proud of being from the South, very proud of being a Texan as well. So, it kind of rubs off on all the people around me.
Now, you moved here and you went to Wooster. And how did you get to Wooster coming from Texas?
Well, long story short, I definitely had some other options when it came from where I lived. I lived in like a little cutoff area. I could have went to Sparks, could have went to Reno, schools like that with some establishment like Reno. But I chose Wooster based off of strictly the personnel. I really fell in love with the personnel. The school is amazing. The admin is amazing. The coaching staff was amazing. It was a no-brainer.
Who's your coach?
I was for 1 year under Bo Sellers and 1 year under Coach T.
Okay. So you were in that transition period?
Yeah.
Which I would imagine, making it even more of a challenge to hopefully get recruited. But I'm guessing that your play on the field is what ended up getting you recruited mostly?
Yeah. I wear my heart on my sleeve on the field. It's always been like that, Coach T can tell you too. I was a bit of a nutcase, but, at the end of the day, I got the job done when I needed it to.
And what positions were you playing?
Coach T had me playing, my defensive coordinator, one of the best, greatest defensive minds I've ever played with, Coach Noe, had me playing safety, corner, and I played a little bit of linebacker and nickel as well. So I was just all over the place when it came to being around the ball.
Now, when it came to recruitment, how did what was the process for recruiting? How many schools were recruiting you?
The process was slow at first, It's always a theory that, schools are not willing to offer kids their first offer. They're willing to give the kids with a little bit more exposure those extra chances. So I got my first offer in late season November, before like a couple weeks before the playoff stretch ended. It was from Arkansas Baptist. Really great coach, Ashton Bailey, recruited me. He liked me. He knew that I brought a different style of play to the field. One of the shorter, scrappy guys who's going to get in your face and not really take nothing else after that.
How did you get your tape out? Who was doing that?
Oh,
Yeah,
it was me. I did everything myself when it came to tape. When it comes to recruiting, you always have to be. And I don't. This is how I explain it to my friends when I was like, you have to be selfish with yourself. You have to promote yourself like you're the baddest on the field. You have to promote yourself like you're grade A top tier, like you're one of the best players at your school. And if coaches see that, hey, this kid has some guts, we can give him a chance, we give him an opportunity, then once you get one, I'm telling you, it flows. It starts flowing. Sending out tape becomes easier. I used Twitter. Twitter was the biggest landmark for me. Sometimes you could reach out as much as possible to different platforms. I even use Instagram. Instagram works as well. These coaches, if you're a coach under the age of 50, you have an Instagram. All of them do. So that's why it was easier to be like reaching out because you can just send a DM, hey, coach, this is me. You can just put your height, your weight, your city, your school, in your class, put your film and drop a link to your huddle. Lickety split.
Well, and that's what we've noticed with covering high school football here in the 775. And a main reason why we started Cover 775 was a lot of this recruiting was put on the kids or the parents.
Yeah.
And we want to be another outlet so that it takes a little bit of relief off the kids in order to get their tape out a little bit easier on a national level as much as possible. I mean, YouTube is worldwide in terms of getting those tape out. And that's one of the main reasons is because we knew a lot of the pressure was on these kids. And I think there's thousands of high school kids that could play at the next level that just don't put in that effort of sending their own tape out. Either A, they just don't want to, they're lazy, or they don't know how.
Think it's just going to happen.
Yeah, or think it's just going to happen. And so hearing that you went through the grind of doing it yourself, that's what we'll hear at Cover 775 is what we're trying to bridge that gap a little bit. But yeah, you're going to put in the legwork. The coaches do a little bit with getting the tape together maybe. You might be lucky and fortunate enough to have a parent in there that's willing to do that for you. But it's going to take a grind to play at the next level. And it's not just, working out and staying fit and making sure you're top tier athlete. You have to hit a realm of media that you might not be comfortable in. Most kids nowadays are, but it's a grind on your own. What were your grades like?
Oh yeah, I stayed on top of the grades part.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
There's I have a saying that as much as I love my guys to do JUCO, I would do everything but go JUCO. Even if it was D3, I would keep my GPA up to the point where it's like, okay, I want to pursue a higher level. But when it comes to JUCO, it's all about the numbers there. I have some friends who I went to school with in Texas who go JUCO now, and they're like, hey, I haven't seen the field. I haven't even seen the practice field, and it's like, that's weird. And that's why when it came to the recruiting process, I did have a lot of JUCOs reach out. But I also bridged the gap on which collegiate schools I wanted in my circle. And that's another factor that you have to play, Like, as you said, they're not going to come to you anymore. This isn't like the early 2000s where you can put your tape, send it to some school, like a film, literal film or VC, and like just let them see what they have. And they come out and they see you. That rarely happens, There's not many athletes here in Reno who have that pull. We have some guys like my guy at Spanish Springs, Brady Hummel. He had some pull. He had his pull as well. Those are the guys that they're looking at. But smaller guys or guys who really want to pursue the next level, you have to like go the extra mile when it comes to your recruiting.
So where are you at right now? Which college are you at right now?
Well, I'm currently committed and signed to Missouri Valley University in Marshall.
And that as a true freshman, you're not redshirting or anything like that?
Yep, that's the plan. That's the plan.
So what have you learned from, are you on campus right now?
No, I leave in 4 days.
Okay, when do you guys start your first game?
Well, our first game is September 13th, I think.
September 13th. That doesn't leave you a whole lot of time to get back down there and practice, huh? So you haven't stepped into the locker rooms yet? You haven't been in the meetings just yet? It's almost time, huh? How do you feel? Are you ready to go?
I'm very much excited. I've prepared myself all summer for something like this, I've stayed in touch with as many trainers and trainees that I have. A big guy who I worked with was Coach Minters, as we know. One of the got me ready, shout out to Born Beast. 7-on-7 is really big because those kids,
Larry
those
Middleton, what
off-season
up?
reps mean a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, those off-season reps mean a lot. And the few tournaments I played with him, he was avid, really saying, "Hey, dude, you're going to college. Got to suck it up. You get beat. Got to put your head up. You got to move your feet. Small things like that." Mentors has his own way of saying it, but you got to love him for it because there's not many coaches out here with that type of pull.
So you playing defense on the defense side of the ball, huh?
Yep.
Corner?
Yes, sir. Most likely we'll be transitioning towards like a slot corner position, but corner right now is where I'm probably going to stay for the rest of my career.
What's the best part of your game?
Oh, technique. I pride myself on my technique. I work my craft on my technique. Everybody has a strength and everybody has a weakness. And, as long as you know what your weakness is, you can very much improve your weaknesses. I did it towards the end of my season. I had a problem with, tackling a little bit up higher, that those type of guys who just, but yeah. So my coach, again, great defensive mind coach, he pulled me aside. I was like, "Hey, bud, you got to use your technique. Use your technique for tackling, use your technique for coverage, So technique is definitely my big part of the game. If I'm playing, my best part of my game is playing my press man coverage. If I'm on press man, I think there's not a single person in the 7-7-5 who can catch a ball over me.
Ooh. All righty, buddy.
That says a lot.
Hell yeah. Talk your talk. What's your goal? To stay at Missouri Valley for 4 straight years?
My goal is to eventually transition to a higher level college, but Missouri Valley's for right now will be the goal right now. I don't want to think too far ahead because you never know where life might take you when it comes to football, So yeah, right now Missouri Valley's is the home. Will be the home, and I will stay there as long as I possibly can.
So let me ask you this question: what would you tell some of the kids that are trying to go through the recruiting process that are younger? And I don't mean next year's seniors. I mean like freshmen. What would you tell these guys to start doing now so that they can get to a position where they can get them a scholarship down the road?
The first one, don't rely on your coaches. Those coaches are the busiest guys when it comes to the football season. If you're trying to get your tape out, you have to go game by game. Every time you make a play, every time you do something great, you have to go in after those games, take that clip out, put it into your reel, and when your reel is done at the end of the year, then you can start pursuing your coach. Like, "Hey, coach, here's my tape for the year. Could you possibly get someone to send this out?" But in some ways, some coaches are also really busy in the offseason. Coming from Texas, coaches were busy all year round. It's football is all year round thing there. So even when some of my guys who don't have offers right now, who should like my guy Dylan Harris is a dog. He is doing the same thing. He's hungry to go D1. That's what every kid in Reno should be like. Every kid should be hungry to play at the highest level of football, regardless of your height, your weight, your size. Realistically speaking, you can do whatever you want if you put your mind to it. But when it comes to the recruiting process, you got to make sure you have your tape ready. You got to make sure you have a valid X account or an Instagram account where you're posting your clips, you're being social on social media, and you're following these coaches to make sure like, "Hey, coach, I'm here." And there's another thing that I don't think is necessary. Like, I don't think some exposure camps are necessary for some kids. If you're good enough, if you're good enough to play ball, don't drive 40 hours to go to a camp in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, to then leave to be disappointed without an offer. You have to take the initiative. There's like 1,000 campuses in the United States. There's a spot from you somewhere.
Man, yo, is it pronounced Cedrian?
Cedarian.
Listen, Cedarian, man, I want to thank you, man, for hanging out with us, man, and good luck to you this season and your team. And I want you to come back and tell us what you're learning, and I kind of want to do something to where you come back and you just tell us what your process is like and how you're absorbing all of it, man. We'd like to stay in touch with you, man. Thanks for hanging out with the 775, man.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Love, brother.
Good luck on this upcoming season.
Ain't no shortcuts. Every yard gotta earn it. Small town kids with a big city purpose. We bring the highlights, they bring the pressure. Friday night legends getting built by the quarter. Cameras rolling out, the whole state watching. Every touchdown got the whole crowd rocking. Northern Nevada put the city on the map. Cover 775 where the real ones at.